Yeah, that's what it is. Bro, man. I'm continue to eat my food since we're doing this stuff raw.
What we on today? We are just doing it raw.
It's just happening right now. I'm close the door.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. It's man, the processing is so different. Audio visual. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's just me getting it
Yep.
out.
It's just getting the motion. That's all it is.
It's like
All right, well, just to keep it rolling. When you say it's different from what?
it's different seeing yourself visually and hearing yourself. Like you can hear yourself, but hearing yourself like this, it's a whole different thing. So that's the difference. That's the first difference. Just audio from audio, like me vocally speaking to somebody, me speaking on the phone, even recorded clubhouse conversations. It's like it don't sound like this, so it's a different sound. And then going into video side of it, it adds a whole different dynamic to it. Like, whoa, this is what that feels. This is consistently, repetitively studio style, how this looks, how this transitions. And I can see how someone can be afraid of it because it can seem so big when you get in it. But once you're consistently doing it, like it's really not. It's like I'm just doing, it's just happening as I'm doing it. A lot never get there because they never step into the room or they never go into the platform, and it's just like, dang, I see the fear of it, the subconscious fear of it. That's the difference. Yeah, I processed all that to realize the subconscious fear of media, new media, and why most won't. It's like most will get overwhelmed for the need to perform, not realizing they just do this anyway. It's like this is something you naturally do. They have people on the phone who do a phone conversation for an hour or two, and like you, in that hour or two, depending on the person you're on the other line with, you done did a whole pod without realizing it or not. And that's go ahead.
What I always notice is, y'all excuse me, from eating that po' boy good. So you just gonna have to deal with it. Just like once you in it, once you see yourself different, and you hear yourself different, you take away them fears. Because it's just like, oh, I do look good. I do sound good.
Yeah.
I got something to say. Yeah, you know what? Tune in, tap in, because I'm about to start talking.
Yeah.
All right. Now, with that being said, we're here. You know it's different. Now that you in this space of, I like how I look. I understand how to make myself like how I look. What would you want the people to know? In that comfort of hearing my voice, I sound good. Oh, what Darrell want to talk about now? Tonight, I mean, it could be organic, flowing, but whatever comes. Now you see yourself in a different light. What you want them to hear from this different sound?
It's really what I just tapped in on though. Subconscious and conscious fear. Why do we fear the stepping into? Why do we fear the happening? Like for me, that is the conversation because for so long I suppressed and fell back because of fear. And again, my fear was not external fears. My fear was always the same fear of myself. Why do I fear myself at that capacity? What is it about me to be afraid of to grow into what I was designed to be anyway?
Okay, so this that means this episode, yeah, we used the word. This episode, this recording, this experience, we need to be talking about fear.
Mm-hmm.
We need to deal with fear, and that's what we're gonna roll into.
Yes, sir.
I know fear has a tendency to present itself bigger than it actually is. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bully or something that really don't know how to fight.
Yeah.
But it's the person that's walking around always talking about they gonna beat somebody up. Like that's what fear tends to do. It's big swole dude that got the tiny voice. You know what I'm saying? Like the monster that's scared of a roach. You know what I'm saying? Like fear tends to wanna present itself in the ways that work to make us scared. For most people, in our culture, I'ma just say country, whatever, they come from the thought of being in lack.
Mm-hmm.
Use myself for example. Before I let y'all all that's on live in my business, but when your accounts ain't where they need to be,
Yeah.
and you got responsibilities, fear is gonna say, you not gonna get it done. Brother, you're not gonna make it. Oh, you remember that you broke today? Yeah, you should close your mouth because ain't nobody gonna listen to a broke guy.
Yeah.
Like fear does that.
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? You do, yeah, you really don't talk well. That's why you shouldn't put them headphones on and hear yourself in this voice that's gonna make you confident in it. That's what fear does to say, yeah, man, I just need you to believe that I'm bigger than what I really am. You could take it from there.
False evidence appearing real. That's what you just said.
Hold up, repeat, say it for the people in the back, because everybody don't know that.
Okay. False evidence appearing real. Like I heard, so people use analogies and acronyms and stuff like that for words with no meaning or context to what they're actually saying. But fear acronym, false evidence appearing real. Like I heard you just break that down into verbiage, which was different because again, I heard people say it, but they never broke it down or they never put it in context of what that actually looks like, or walking it out. So basically, somewhere in my mind, somewhere in my subconscious mind, what I'm hearing is that there's a voice that's constantly gonna place doubt, fear because of external circumstances. Because of external circumstances, I have an internal fear of walking into what's really already mine and what I'm destined to do. Is that kind of what you was just saying just now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely, because we'll let that false evidence that's appearing real hinder us from doing what's already been done. Because it's appearing as if, I always like to use this visual, it's appearing as if there isn't a road. There's not pavement in front of me. I can't move because my visual is showing me there's no ground to walk on, Darrell. I can't go forward. When reality is You put your foot out, the ground appears. But because it looked like I don't see it right now,
Yeah.
I'll allow that to tell my mind, don't put your foot out there. So I'm standing on what my mind has convinced me is an isolated platform. I can't go to the left, I can't go to the right, I can't go forward, I can't go backwards because my eyeballs are showing me there is no ground. When in reality, the ground is there.
Mm-hmm. You gotta
But it
step out on
won't
faith.
appear until I put my foot out.
Mm.
It's always been there.
Mm.
But my eye's not going to see it until I stick my foot out.
So I step out there and then I realize, like,
Then I realize, oh, I got something to put it down on.
yeah.
And it's the same case with this other foot.
Yeah.
And I continue to do that, continue to do that, continue to do that until I'm convinced that, oh, my eyes be playing tricks on me.
Mm.
Yeah, I know it don't look like there's no ground over there, but history has shown I keep stepping. I always got something to stand on.
And so now you done build your foundation on a real faith instead of what's not really there at all.
What's not really there.
Yeah.
Because your eyes are saying one thing.
Yeah.
Take a little deeper. We done all been here. We done all been in a dark room.
Mm-hmm.
Looked over and this pile of clothes visibly turns into something that our eyeballs can see.
Yeah, keep going.
To where you gotta look 3 times just to get your mind to convince for your eyeballs to work the right way. Cause I done turned. That pile of clothes is a man.
Yeah.
Until I can turn back and say, there's no way that there's a man. I'm not that foolish. And then I open my eyes and now it's a pile of clothes again.
Yeah.
But 2 seconds before this, my eyes showed me a person.
Yeah.
But that's just how, the power of the mind works to say, yeah, it'll literally show me the same person, something different.
Yeah.
Until I can go back and forth and compare and say, no, that is not what is over there.
And that's what it be with that mind. Yeah, I've seen that. That's just like going to psychology though, going to a counselor. Like depending on the person in front of them, depending on what that picture may be projected off as, which is beautiful. Like I did a lot of counseling, I did a lot of therapy. Early on, they labeled me behavior disordered, but I didn't have it. I had something way far beyond. I had a gift from God that they did. Human could not understand it, and I could not understand it. So they misdiagnosed it multiple times. Only for me to realize, there's a genius gene in there. But now, after it being suppressed for so many years and projected to be something else for so many years, okay, now it's a whole implant. It's a whole implant of thinking action that's there that really doesn't exist. Oh, I think it's this. Yes, the level of outer warfare is there, but 90% of the outer warfare, I'm creating it from my internal battles that I am not choosing, that I don't know how to face. And no one who has came before me has a verbiage or a language to communicate it.
Yeah, and so we could stay stuck in that fear based on that false reality.
Yeah.
Somebody else told me I was a problem child.
Yeah.
My mind done accepted it. And I'm just living out somebody else's lie until I can get to a place, till I am blessed to get to a place to say, hold up, this can't be. Same way with the pile of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way what you telling me is an actuality because I done seen all of this other aspect of it, this spiritual stuff that, yeah, I don't believe what you saying no more. And I'm not scared to move in this area because them experiences. I done put my foot down one too many times, and I know what I'm walking on. I know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
You might be confused about it, but I ain't confused.
Yeah.
And people fear other people that are fearless. Like, when you ain't scared,
it's a problem.
They scared.
Yeah.
They're not gonna package it that way. They're not gonna present it to you that way. They're just gonna tell you all kind of reasons why you shouldn't be fearless.
Why you think that is though?
That comes from insecurities. That's the same process of you accepting a false reality. Somebody done lied to them to where they haven't allowed their reality to hit their mind yet. Mm-hmm. They still looking at the pile of clothes as the man and trying to tell you that you tripping if you don't see a man over there. The whole time you like, man, it's a pile of clothes. I can go touch it. Yeah. I done touched it. Yeah. But you telling me I'm crazy for going to touch it. Yeah. Oh, man, you ain't, dog, you doing too much.
Not the veil real, so the veil is really real.
Man, who you think you are? I'm not scared. Yeah. That's why I am. Yeah. I ain't scared because I done took these chances. I done took this risk. I done played with the fire enough to know that, all right, cool, this ain't what I want to do, or this can't really burn me. Yeah. This can't even hurt me.
Yeah, that part right there.
It just looked like that. I'm always have to bring it back to a practical standpoint, something that people can understand. You know, they got fireplaces. Yeah. That look like fire, that ain't fire. Yeah. If you don't know it's not fire, you'll be scared to put your hand in. Mm-hmm. You'll stop somebody that knows it's not fire from putting their hand in and be like, no, man, what you doing? You're gonna burn yourself.
It's a hologram.
Man, it's vapors. These are vapors and light.
Yeah.
It look like fire, but it ain't real. But because you're still stuck in fear, based on what you know, this partial false reality, you trying to save me and not knowing that you the one need to be saved. From this false reality. And that could go so many different ways.
Like basically the illusion of the illusion and projecting of success.
Yeah, because that's one of them situations that, man, who you listening to? Yeah. You listen to somebody that's fearful, or you listen to somebody that's fearless. You listen to somebody that's fearful, and they'll tell you to go far away from success. Yeah. You listen to somebody that's fearless, they'll tell you, go in the valley. It's the only way. Yeah. And everybody around you that's fearful gonna be like, you are stupid.
Yeah, don't go down there.
Yeah. Because this is success where I'm at. Yeah. There's no way.
This is what it's supposed to look like.
There's no way going through that valley you can make it to success. Yeah. You ask that same person, have you tried? No. Why would I do that?
Because I know it don't make... I know it don't... Yeah, okay.
Why would I try? I've already arrived. Yeah. I already made it. This is success. Why would I go over there? You're talking about going through the unknown for me to circle back around to just where I'm at? I know. You go to the unknown to get to a land that you've never seen before. Yeah. But only the fear. Now this way they're gonna try to check us on this statement here. Only the fearless can do that. Mm-hmm. But then who is that? Because we all deal with it at some level of capacity. Mm-hmm. Now they're gonna try to spin it back and be like, "Well, you ain't fearless because you be getting scared."
It ain't the point of it arising, because it will always arise.
Always.
how I challenge it, how I respond to it, my response to it, it will be the reason I exist. So I can respond and stay still. Demographics. He comes at me. It's a dog. He come at me. He attempt to bite me. It's like I can turn and run. I can muzzle his mouth.
Or you could just stand still and not have to move. And know that I got dominion over the dog.
That's a whole nother discussion that most people ain't ready for. But I'm glad you said it. It's like knowing that, walking in that, how does that look? Like, how does that look? Like, I'm glad you went there because it's like, yeah, you have the natural aspects of it, but then you also have the spiritual aspect of it. Having the spiritual aspect of it and understanding it, how would that look? If you could give an example.
It's gonna look different for different people. That's definitely where we gotta start.
Yeah.
It's gonna look different for different people because we all got different triggers. We got different traumas. We got different things that can arise to say, I'm scared of this, but I'm not scared of that.
Yeah.
Bring it back to a practical thing. I tell people all the time, anybody that know me close enough, only thing I'm really scared of on this earth, big cats.
Wait, what?
Let me finish.
Go back first.
Only thing that I'm like actually scared of, like I don't know if I can win this match, is big cats.
Like Garfield size?
No.
Like
real
lions,
big lions,
tigers,
bears,
jaguars.
any cat that's my size or bigger.
Okay.
We got a problem. I'm probably gonna not. I'm not trying to engage.
Check out.
You got a little too much skill for me. Big cats and bears, because those are the only two that I know of can chase me up the tree and actually get to me and still eat me in the tree. Like, those are the only two that I know of. So, fear-wise, just like, dog, I ain't scared of a shark.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to get in the water. It can't chase me out the water. I ain't scared of a snake. Because I can hit it on the head and it dies. But them cats and them bears, it's a different story. I need firearm, and I better be aiming right. If I miss, I might not make it. Those are the only things that are like truly scare me. Now, fear arises when we're talking about moving forward, purpose, and moving towards success, but it don't stop. So the question of what does it look like? It look like me acknowledging it and saying, I'm scared of what's in front of me or what seems like it's in front of me.
Yeah.
But I'm about to do something. I'm about to do something.
Yeah.
I might overdo. I might reel back, but there's not going to be a moment where there's nothing going on and I'm just stuck scared of the potentials, of the what ifs that I can't even say is really real. I can always spin that and say, all right, what if I go broke building this business? But what if I don't? And what if I change my life forever? Bet it takes away the fear. Enough fear to say, I'm about to do something. I'm about to do some research. I'm about to get on the phone and call somebody. So it looks like acknowledgement and movement. Ooh, I wasn't practicing that.
Yeah, acknowledge. So you acknowledge what it is, whether it's fear or whatever it is, and then the movement comes
we got
after.
Comments over here.
Huh?
Yeah, comments over here. They must say, Phil will have you in traffic in the wrong lane when the right lane is wide open. Scared of these cars gonna run into the back of me. Let me get in one of these lanes. The whole time you got a whole lane for you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. So you tell me what it look like. What is standing in the face I feel look like?
Man. A lot of late nights, early mornings. For me, that was my process. Cause again, externally, I used to think I feared heights, but I used to fear falling. I thought I used to fear the swimming pool, but I feared water, but I didn't fear water. I feared drowning. So yeah, I just didn't go into deep levels. Certain ones I challenged. It's like, well, yeah, my grandmother stay up 2 stories, and yeah, I'm not gonna not see my grandmother, so I'm finna go up these 2 flights of stairs and just try not to look down. The more I did it, the more the fear left. Now it's roofs, it's trees, and it's these different things. Even to the point of falling repetitively uh, from different levels of heights. And that could be metaphorically or that can be, yeah, like just falling from different heights, getting to different heights and then falling, having what one would uh, deem as world success, the women, the money, the cars, the lifestyle, the American dream as they perceive it. But having it and then the fall from that, like, oh, this really ain't that. Oh, this really ain't that. And then it go biblical because you be like, oh, that's really all in vain. Now I see what they mean by the vanity of the worldly things. Like you think these things gonna bring love, peace, joy, happiness, and it brings none of that. And so for me, it's like going through that trajectory and now being on the other side of it, it's like overcoming fear for me is just overcoming myself. I did all this that the world deems as wrong or views as wrong, but I did it and I did it at a high caliber. So why I can't do this on this side in the same way? Why I can't put that same drive? What's holding me back from doing it? What level of me that haven't healed yet? What trauma that is there that I haven't tapped into yet? What book have I encountered that I haven't opened that I was supposed to get this piece of knowledge from to help me get to the next? It may not be the Bob. I may be at an immature state and not a full maturity state where I'm not even there yet. So I still need milk. And if I'm self-aware to understand that I still need milk and I gotta go get this milk, then I'm gonna get this milk until I can fully receive this, whether it's from a person, place, or thing. But internally, me personally, always knew what I needed next to overcome. So it's like, man, let me harness my mind and focus on what's the overcoming. What's the overcoming? The overcoming may not be, hey, I'm broke right now. I need to get some money, so I'm finna go get a job. It may simply be like, man, God gave me everything I need. Do I really believe that? Okay, since I got everything I need, let me sit down and come up with a strategic plan of something like a job or something that's present like this new media. It's part of that where it can create and give one what's needed without them having to go do that. And that was part of my fear coming from the past I came from. Oh yeah, I ain't going into media because it's this, because it's that. All these was the enemies and the fears. And so once I walked and stepped into it, it's like, oh, oh, I can just ride passenger. God gonna fly the plane.
So let me ask this. That means you're not scared of the fall.
Nah. Uh no, I'm not scared of the fall. I understand that I am human. I understand why Jesus came. But I also understand that it is a very narrow path. And if I just walk on that narrow path, I really ain't got to worry about the fall. You hear me? I can still, like Beamer said, that lane wide open. Man, while I'm over here in this traffic jam, that traffic jam, I'm probably gonna fall. I might look at my phone and shoot a text to somebody and look up and boom, I didn't hit something in the back. Cause I wasn't where I was supposed to be. So if I understand that the path narrow and I just stay on that, I ain't really gotta worry about it. I ain't got too much incoming mental traffic. I ain't got too much incoming spiritual traffic. I ain't got too much emotional traffic. Like I understand lane traffic now, and because I understand it, I'm gonna take the express lane. I'm gonna take this over here, this Hove lane. I'm gonna take that lane over there because I know that I just avoid it a lot. You heard me?
Yeah. So look. All right. After realizing that you don't have to fear the fall,
Yeah.
I'm reminded, y'all. I ain't about to say, I'm about to say y'all forgive me, but you don't have to. I'm learning these verses, but the Bible say that pride come before the fall.
Yeah.
So there is a potential fall,
Mm-hmm.
but we could bring it on ourselves by getting too high.
Ego, prideful. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Boastful.
fall, when we in our right lane, is minimal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's strategic.
Mm-hmm.
If it does happen, which it ain't gonna be this catastrophic fall that we probably thinking about. If it does happen, it's gonna always bring us back to this place to say, all right, I was out of line. I wasn't in alignment. So I can appreciate what I was scared of.
Mm-hmm.
And say, all right, well, this actually ain't, it's not a fall. It's still that false reality.
Uh-huh.
This wasn't a fall. This was a growth opportunity.
For realignment.
For realignment,
Just
to push me to a higher point that I still don't have to worry about falling.
that part.
As long as I stay in alignment.
That part.
I think it's safe to say, I don't speak for nobody else,
Yeah.
but for majorities, I think it's safe to say that is some people's reason for not even putting the effort towards going any higher. Because they're just like, I'm not going to take a chance on falling.
And so, not just that, bro. The systematic oppression of life, like we as humans, we've been trained and conditioned with one way of thinking, and because of that one way of thinking, oh well, I think marriage is supposed to go like this. I think this, man. Who told? This is always my thing. Who told you that? And they'll justify the oppressor instead of becoming a resistance, understanding that, hey, if I go deeper here, if I study deeper here, if I see deeper here, then I'll understand, oh, that ain't even what it really is.
Yeah.
But that's a whole nother pod, man. I ain't finna go there right now.
Yeah. Because we talking about fear. That is a that specific part is that's a whole nother lane.
Yeah.
Because they go into our busy lives and not taking the time to do your due diligence and
Spiritually.
making all the excuses on why I don't know this. I'm relying on mom and daddy and grandma and all this because I ain't sat down and took the time for myself. Yeah, that's a whole nother one. But
but God pushed some of us off the porch early. Intentionally. Hey, I need you one day. I'm gonna use you one day. So I'm gonna push you out there early. So you can learn what all that is. So when the time comes, kind of like Moses, when Moses caught that body, Moses caught the body early. You heard me, went off in the wilderness, came back at 40.
Don't skip past the catching the body. That's not, people don't like to focus on it.
Yeah.
I was talking to Pastor Eric the other night. And then I was taking a walk around the neighborhood. I be in my
them walks, man.
Them walks when life done been life, and then I'm trying not to go off the deep end.
Yeah.
Trying to get myself back into alignment.
Yeah.
And allowing myself to be spoken to. I was just reminded about these people These people that we be reading about, these stories that we be reading about,
Yeah.
Moses one, Paul another, David another, they are murderers.
Yeah.
That's how that story, that's how they story, testimony start. They was killing people.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, them people was chosen, had a really huge calling after being the murderers. Like, wow, took your life. Paul was killing God, people.
Swear.
He was killing God,
Yeah.
people. And God say, that one.
Give me him.
Yeah,
Give me
I
him.
want that one.
Let me knock him out this horse. Let me blind him for a couple of days.
Let me get that.
Yeah.
So all of these people from time on into eternity can reference you.
Yeah.
So it'll come back to me. We can't move past the murder part, bro. Because people be getting caught up in our earthly sins and the bad that we be doing. But be forgetting that you don't know what he doing with me.
Yeah. And that's what it be. It's like, so because of the programming, most judge a man's action. And when I say man, I'm speaking one man, both human being in general. But humans tend to judge from a standpoint of one's actions instead of one's heart. And most of that comes because most people won't take the time to understand the heart behind. Because even if the heart behind is wrong, that heart is strong enough to be corrected. But I'm so focused on the action that I'm always trying to correct the action instead of correcting the heart behind the action.
And you know why most people don't want to show their heart? Because they scared.
What they scared? What they fearing now? Not that.
They fearing exposure. They fearing
Jesus.
condemnation.
Yeah.
They fearing their own response to the action.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, such and such they gonna say the same thing about me.
Hey.
And the whole time you can't see somebody else's heart because you scared to show yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't want them to know your heart. Don't want nobody to know your heart. Like, ain't no person on this earth gonna get this part of me.
Yeah, because if I give them that and
then I'm open, I'm vulnerable. Somebody gonna take advantage of me, especially in this lovely city, Baton Rouge, we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't be exposed like that because they gonna do me.
What that boy say on that song? Show no love, love will get you killed.
Love will get you killed. And that's people mindset.
Part of the programming, though. That's part of the programming.
That's people real life mindset. But I done seen. I don't know why I was thinking about this. I was on my VR before I came pick you up.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just do it. Shout out to BBEAJ. I be rolling to you, brother. I ain't gonna keep it all the way gusto.
Little funny.
Yeah, VR down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just took me back to being out in VR, and we still got this horrible mentality of somebody could not be paying attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
And if they see you enjoying your time too much, or if they feel like you're not threatened by their presence, they mad and want to do you something. Like, because you having too good of a time, and I see that. I don't know about nowhere else. If I see you jumping to the ceiling and I don't know your name, I don't know who you are, oh man, we're gonna have to slide him.
Yeah.
I ain't even really mad at you as a person. I'm mad at your happiness in this space of mine and say, dog, I don't know We're in the same city. Why are you so elated? We're in the same club. I don't understand how you could be so happy and with a smile on your face. Let me see if I can remove that so we could be equal again.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'll be ready to take your life.
Yeah. Because you got a peace and a joy.
Man, after this fight, we go into the parking lot. We're going to do what we do. Only because you was too happy in the club where everybody was supposed to be having a good time. But you mad. You want everybody else to be mad. You was showing your money and you didn't get the same recognition that I did with this smile on my face. Cool, man. Send your partner over there. Yeah, somebody go handle him.
Yeah.
There's a mentality that we got in Baton Rouge. I don't know about nowhere else. I don't know what it's like nowhere else.
Yeah.
Because there's a fear for me to be vulnerable the way you are.
Mm.
And this dude, he don't even care. And because I want what he had, but I'm too scared to do what he doing, let me just be mad at him. And it all comes back to this topic of people be scared of life.
Yeah.
The whole entire life, I'm scared to love.
Yeah.
I'm scared to be friendly. I'm scared to have too much joy. All of the promises God said, this was what I wanted for you. But because of fear, you be so far back to say,
But the lack of communication level, and when I say the lack of communication level, so yeah, God said these things, God promised these things, but first and foremost, I'm not communicating with God, and because I'm not having frequent communication with God, I do not and will not have communication with another. And because of that is what I just heard you express. It's like, but again, that comes from a lack of communication, or either I'm listening for something, but I'm listening for something for my own understanding. And then once I hear it, and am I hearing it and am I processing it with God, or just because I'm a man in it because the spirit is over me right now? Oh, that just sounds good because that spirit over me right now. It's not because it actually sounds good. Because if you think about it, it really didn't make no sense. But did you take it, dissect it, and have a conversation with your father about it, or did you just spiritually accept it? And it's like I see a lot of that. It's like it's just spiritual acceptance. Oh, that's the new thing, but it's really worldly. Like it's nothing about it.
Call it spiritual then.
Yeah, nothing about it is spiritual, but they call it spiritual in the guidelines of religion, church, the new of what this is, what this look like. But it really, it's copycatting the world. Like we just doing what the world doing a new way. We doing church with swag. We doing this with this. We doing this with that. But the spirit can see the spirit, so you can see the heart. You can see what it is with certain people, and you can acknowledge it, and they acknowledge it back. Like it's spiritual check-ins. From the minute I see you and you see me, it's a spiritual check-in. If we're there. If it's not, it's a spiritual decline, and because of that spiritual decline, I'm now in a season where it ain't on me to lift everybody's spirit. I'm assigned to certain people. I'm there for that. If it ain't that, the attachments, oh no, because the attachments become dragging. Now I got a whole tow truck on me, pulling me back the opposite way from what I supposed to be going. Yeah. So it's not just fear. I have negative traction pulling me back. Soon as the fear overcome, if you let 2-3 people in that wasn't there, now they pulling you back from their fears.
That's what it's designed for. That's the tool. That's just like you grabbing a hammer to put a nail in the wall. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
The fear is for you to get weighted. It's for you to lose momentum. It's for you to not produce. It's for you to believe in those false realities to say, I'm going in a direction that I ain't supposed to be going into because I'm basing it off of some BS. Take another practical thing. It ain't so practical, but being in the fire department.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that it's an amazing job. but people really don't understand the process. When you go into a fire as a private, you're the one going to extinguish the fire. We are taught, they were taught. I'm a retired fighter, so I ain't gonna do y'all that. We're taught, we're taught to keep your hand on the hose. Like you want to stay on the hose line because the hose line is coming from outside. It can take you back to the truck if you need to get out. Whatever way you brought it in, just by touching the hose, you can turn around and follow your way back out. If you get off of it and you get into a space that's unknown, you can't see, your mind is racing, you're in a burning building, your mind could tell you that you're going the right way, but you could be in reality going deeper into danger. So let's imagine this room right now. It's on fire. And we in our protective equipment. But when it comes to a fire, you can't see a foot in front of you. The smoke is dark. You not knowing this house the way I know it could be going towards the back of the house, thinking that you're going towards the front. So it's that same way with that false reality with fear. I could be going deeper into danger because my mind is telling me I'm getting closer to safety. When in reality, that's not the case.
Yeah.
Because I'm off of my safety line. I done got disconnected from the crew. I done got disconnected from the hose that would have just told me I could turn around and go back out to the exit. Because I'm off of it, the situation, my fears, my emotions are telling me, hey man, you don't have that much air left. Hurry up, and run towards this way because that's where the door is. It could be a hole in the floor. You could get into a point that you can't get back from. Can't nobody find you until it's too late. But you could get deeper in that danger without knowing it. But in your mind, the reality is I'm getting closer to freedom. I'm getting closer to exit. And little do you know, you could be getting closer to your death.
I did that. I did that in the streets. Same thing. The rise of money and power. Like, the illusion of the more money I get, the further that I get out of the streets, the closer I am. But really, the deeper the pitfalls became. It's like every step closer, it became a step closer to death. Like I was running towards my own death, spiritually and physically. Like spiritually, I was dead. Like and it became this close to physical death, to fear of running, exiting out of it a whole different way, like a full turnaround, like which landed me into another state. Like now I'm into another state, and I have to go into this other state and fully reprogram the spiritual, the mental, the emotional, the whole new way of thinking of from what it was, because I was running towards death, looking for the illusion of what I thought was life. Where if I go back, I ain't gonna have this, I ain't gonna have that. And it's like, I gotta get this, I gotta get here. And a lot of people, especially younger people, without the right upbringing, they have that mentality. It's like the deeper I go in darkness, the deeper it'll take me out to what I think of the illusion of where I supposed to go or where I supposed to be. But again, it's like I challenge that. Who told you that it was that way? Who showed you? Because that's what I had to do. It's like I had to go realize what showed me that way. And even in showing me that way, I was seeing the outcome of it. Because see, that's the thing about movies. Movies teach you, raise you about life, uh, and it's multifold. And some at a certain age, if you're watching this, you won't see the outcome the way that like people like John Singleton would show you. Hey, this is the outcome from the Boys in the Hood. This is the outcome to the Menace to Society. Like he showed in all these films, this is the outcome. But we only seen what appeared to be, hey, this the way out.
Yeah.
And he was even showing you the way it'll take you out. And we still not conscious of what we're watching is like, and what's being projected in the community around us. Oh, it's only his way. So we really each step, especially as black men, we each day taking steps of growing up was like man, death right around the corner. Like when that boy say, if I make it to C25, I'm an OG. Like people stamp that as the plateau.
Oh, I know
like,
I did.
I did.
Yeah, I know I did. 25 was surprising for me.
And now sitting here at 38, like, oh wow, I was not only deaf, dumb, but I was also blind. Like I didn't see the trick of the enemy. I didn't see the spiritual part of it. I didn't see. And I went so deep to the point, okay, my exit route, but this what God said. Hey, see that? I can use that. It go back to what we was talking about, the murderer. Oh, see that? I can use that. Come here. Let me show you something.
Yeah, because you one of the ones that is foolish and fearless enough to go that far into danger. Yeah, if I turn you around, you could be, you'll be a monster on my team.
That part.
But the ones that don't have the combination of foolish and fearless, he like, I wouldn't waste my time. Cause you ain't finna do nothing. You ain't finna shoot nobody. You ain't finna stand up for nobody. You ain't finna do nothing. You cool where you at. You don't need me. So guess what? I don't want to use you.
And Jesus. Being okay with that. Like that's one of the hardest things for me because of my heart and because of the way I feel. Like that was one of the things that I had to accept and that I'm still learning to accept daily. That everybody won't make it, everybody won't get it. They will have people who hear this conversation. They will have people who join this conversation who still won't make it.
Yeah.
And I gotta be okay with that. It's a battle, it's a struggle to have these encounters with these ones that you know is like man, you got it, but you don't get it.
Which means you don't got it.
No. They have it, but they don't get it. Like
we see a glimpse, and it's just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
We see a glimpse of what we think they have. If you got it, you got it. If you don't have it and you won't do, you don't have it. Like if you can stay stuck in the fear, then you really don't have it. I'm looking at your potential,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't get to make that judgment. If you're not being used, if you're not being open to being used, just like God will say, you ain't got it, you don't have it. You don't have it yet. You can get it if you start being open. But we be looking at those people that we saying that you got it, but you ain't being open. So until you're open, You haven't received it yet. I'm just looking at your potential of what I see as a human.
Mm-hmm.
God is saying, no, I need you to stop getting caught up on what you see and just go do what I'm telling you to do. Because you got it. While you're focusing on what you perceive,
Mm-hmm.
you're being caught up and you're being disobedient to me. So I'm gonna hold you to this because you have it.
Yeah.
These people that have the potential, oh, he'll let them go.
Yeah.
He'll say, man, go wander.
Go ahead, preach.
But guess what, Darrell?
I'm listening.
I'm finna bother you about what I told you to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's easy for us to project on what the other person, quote unquote, got when we need to be in that notepad, in that notebook saying, now you wasting time over there.
Yeah.
On your perception of what somebody got that ain't your calling. I ain't seen you here for that. Unless we done got explicit, direct to say, hey, go pick this type of person, go pick this type of person.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't fit into it, it's really not our place to be like, hey, bro, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to convince you, bro, you got it, bro. If you just, God is just like, no, you have it. You got proof that it came for me. What are you doing? You trying to go convince somebody else?
So I'm finna show you something. And for me, it ain't convincing. It's the acknowledging of, and it's just part of one of my gifts.
Mm-hmm,
And I don't share it. I don't share this frequently, but because of what you just shared, I'm finna share it with you. 1 second.
Get comfortable, cuz you ain't got to worry about that microphone. I guarantee you. Move around, but you don't have to move it.
Check this out.
All right. Can I read it all out?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, first of all, what am I reading? The fivefold ministry text. All right, for the people that can't see what I see, it says, Apostle, you are a dream awakener in the kingdom. Your contribution to the ministry of God is to awaken people to their God-designed potential. You are instrumental in people discovering who they really are and walking alongside them to get there. You have a unique gifting that is essential to the ministry of God. I'm going to just take that and say, if I take that as confirmation and say, you,
Yeah, that's the first part of it. My personal.
You got this to say, okay, Darrell, this is what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody can't hear this and say, oh, that word is for me. If it was or is, he gonna send it to you in a form that's for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times, because, habit and, being in the church, and we'll hear the message and be like, oh, that was for me. Have you done any research? Has it been confirmation? Is this the first time he's talked to you about this? Is this new to you? And be done took something and tried to run with it when their portion or our portion in the message was something else.
Yeah.
But this part sound better to say, oh yeah, I want to do that. So this is inspirational. I'm going to take this word, I'm going to run with it. When he done told me, you, somebody else, I told you something else to do. I gave you your word, but now you're trying to leap over to what I told Darrell to do, or what I called Darrell to do.
Mm-hmm.
You might be a ground tiller, while Darrell is the dream awakener. We all got different roles in this community.
In the body, yeah.
To say, Oh man, this can't be like a clear wash for everybody. Cause we can't do the same exact thing.
That part.
Can't all do the same thing. There's too much to do.
That part. Ooh.
That stuff.
Uh-huh.
A word like that will remove some fear to say, oh yeah, with confirmation like that, I ain't scared to awaken your dream. This is how I'm supposed to do anyway. This is what I'm
Yeah.
here for.
Yeah. And it's for me, like I say, it's a reminder. It's a daily reminder. Not only is it a daily reminder, it's the part for me. It's the walking out. Again, because of my heart. Because even in that walking out, it's times when my obedience is attached to the letting go of that everybody won't make it. Even though I didn't walk it, I still got personal work to do. Like even this is a part of that. I mean, how many people they probably got that want to do this? This just ain't did it. They just ain't walked in it, and it's like and it's not because they couldn't. It's because I'm attached to them. My disobedience is attached to them. So now it's like, oh, you gotta move, you gotta operate in this. And now with them, it's like it's multiple ways of awakening. It's multiple ways of walking it out. It's not just one clear cut way, and that's what weighs on me a lot because it is so many different ways, and it takes a high level of discernment, which is one of the things I have. But yes, it can be sharpened, and I am sharpening it every day. But that's part of it because it's like it appears to be so massive. It did, but now it's to a place where hey, it's just one at a time. It's just one at a time. It's just one step at a time. It's just 1 second at a time. It's like break. That's what I do daily now. I have learned to break it back down to the most simplest form. Whatever the problem is, I'm gonna break it back down to the simplest equation possible.
Shift back over.
Hmm.
Shift back over.
and work and work the problem from there. Uh, I had a talk the other day with my mentor, and that's what it was. It was like, hey, yeah, that's what it is, and that's cool. Uh, but bring it back here. And we was talking about business, and the way he showed me to draw it back in, it's like it was something that I was practicing in every area but business. Like and then that was it. So last night I woke up at 1 in the morning and it just hit me. Yeah, break it back down to the simplest form. If you ever confused, hey, come back here. This is the source. This is it. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to sit down. It's okay to do all these things. Because part of doing all these things, it keeps you from falling. And if you do appear to what is a fall, it ain't that hard. I done already placed the cushion there for that when that time came because I knew that time would come because something was out of alignment or either that person attached to you was out of alignment and you couldn't let go. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna swipe here to take your attention over here so this can go over there. And I'm just like, man, this man's so strategic. So it's like because he's so strategic and so ahead of the game, it's like I've learned to walk behind him. Like really that autopilot, that co-pilot, like and this is just this year. Like the level of healing and freedom I got this year gave me this self-awareness and understanding. Yeah, I ain't really gotta look at the others. I ain't really gotta see what the others doing. I gotta keep my eyes on him and me keeping my eyes on him, he directs me where to go, how to go. And it sounds simple.
Yeah, buddy.
It sounds simple. The consistency in the application makes it simple, but most people can't do that because that's the thing. Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, you have to be in alignment. If it's not in alignment, it's something off. It's something pulling a gear. It's like okay, I just named 4 things. I named 4 different areas. Just imagine them as 4 tires on a car. You heard me? You the car and these your 4 tires. You heard me? If you catch a flat in any of them and you got to put a donut, that car gonna ride, but it's not riding the same.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest battle that I've faced as a human being, and I feel like I'm not alone in this, but I can only speak for myself.
Absolutely.
I can only speak for myself, and it's like I feel like that is the biggest battle that humans beings face. Like, okay, I got the alignment on the car, but how do I keep all four tires in alignment, going in one direction?
And I think that challenge that we face is because we think that it's possible. We really believe that it's possible.
Elaborate.
Yeah. You're not going, you have to be perfect.
No. Mm-mm. I don't believe you do. In order for that to align.
Not for them to align.
Mm-hmm.
For them to align, and I'm going to use that back to the analogy of the tire.
Mm-hmm.
For them to align and all your tires be on 100% for the rest of your life is not reality.
Mm-mm.
But that's what people be chasing. That's what the expectation is. Oh, I'm going to reach this point to where I'm never going to have to put air in this area again.
Don't exist.
And I'm going to get frustrated, or I don't see that growth opportunity. I don't see the filling up as me growing. I see it as, oh man, I'm not 100% again.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what we get taught. We get shown our flaws. We get reminded of what we didn't do, to where we look inward and say, I'm never going to be there. And most people are like, it don't make no sense to try.
Yeah.
Because it ain't going to never happen. So you look stupid going and refilling your tires.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could have left it where it was. That mindset of perfectionism is what keep most people from trying.
Yeah.
You done named them 4 areas. That sounds crazy. It sounds too much to do.
Yeah.
Sounds too hard. You mean I'm trying to carry getting in alignment, and then I'm trying to carry my baggage. I'm trying to carry my past.
Ooh.
Man, that's too much to do. Let me just hold what I've been holding because I'm used to holding it.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to bring this new stuff in, not be perfect in it. Have people see that I'm juggling. Yeah, bro, you could miss me with that because I got enough over here. That's where most people be at.
Yeah.
Hey man, this a struggle in itself.
Yeah.
I ain't finna start trying to keep these tires inflated when I know that ain't gonna happen. But go ahead, brother. Yeah. And we're gonna watch your story because it's inspirational that I might get where you at one day. Instead of being like, man, I am you. Like, we ain't no different.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can get growth. I can see growth. But that come from like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
If you can show me your flaws, if I get an example of somebody being vulnerable and it being all good, then I might follow suit. But man, most people be
and even still then, I'm so caught in the illusion.
Mask.
I ain't following suit. I ain't following that. They ain't, bro. Yeah, that's rare. That's rare, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ain't show it.
Ain't nothing coming about it.
They ain't gonna show it.
Even the flaws in God. It's like the falls when they shown. It's like man. It's like so many people. They go into the fall, and whatever that fall is, that man God fall is like they fantasize about that fall. Everybody's talking about that fall, and then 2 months later, it's like, or a month later, it's like it's under the rug. It's what it was. Like y'all just had this big party because someone fell of honor and esteem, and yeah, didn't learn nothing from it. And so the ones who do is steady climbing that type of ladder, is like, yeah, they eventually fall and don't realize why they fall. Man, God will put a perfect example above you. What not to do, how not to do it, how to be what He created you to be. That's the flaws, that's the imperfections, that's the things. It wasn't put on the line, and it's like, man, people not doing that. People, ain't nobody got insecurities no more, man. Ain't nobody got financial problems no more. The world we live in, it has been made to
It's a
be
lie.
perceived as perfect. But we know the devil is a
It's a lie.
liar.
Because the truth is,
Jesus.
everybody broke.
Huh.
Not in the sense of
Uh-huh.
everybody is
Talk that
with
talk.
$0.
Talk that talk.
Everybody's broke in the sense of they got less than what they need.
Mm-hmm.
All it take is America to change the interest rate. Then everybody's income is different. So that's where we sit at right now. To where, man, that's why you got so many people offering relief, financial relief, courses on, if you're at this point in life, we got the solution for you. Because everybody's at this point. We all at this point. That's
Oh,
the truth of it.
Jesus.
And the person that's at the point that's just like, oh, if I can see that your accounts is off and bad and low, it make me feel better about the little bit that I do have. So you know what? Damn. Long as I ain't like you, man. As long as mine ain't in the
Man.
negative, I think I'm good today. So I ain't gonna go work on doing nothing else. I
Man.
see you doing this, wasting your time talking at 10:34 at night. It look foolish to me. I done put a whole day of work in. It's
Yeah.
the same check that I'm complaining ain't enough, but man, you're
My
lying.
God.
I ain't broke over here just talking.
My God. That part. But yeah, God is the victor. Victorious one makes us the victorious one, and because of that, it's like it don't matter how it look. It looked crazy when Noah was building that ark. Looked real crazy when he was building that
Real
ark.
crazy. And how long they said they built it?
Don't make me lie.
All right, I just seen a post. Noah, back in them days, we know, we heard. I ain't gonna say we know.
Mm-hmm.
We heard about people living to 900 and all this.
Mm-hmm.
Timeline wise, and somebody check me if I'm not right. Noah was supposedly building on that ark for 120 years.
Mm.
This wouldn't know within our mind. I'd probably be like, all right, what man, you probably did this with at the most maybe a year. You know what I'm saying? You had to do what looked foolish to the entire world for 120 years. Your average soldier, whoever participant, they're not gonna make it that long. They're not gonna sit in, I look stupid for 120 years. They're not gonna follow that business plan for 120 years. They're not gonna stay with their accounts in the red for 120 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we got examples of people that do and have done the foolish of foolish from perception wise
Yeah, how one can perceive it.
until it's too late to say, oh, you had the ticket for life?
Yeah. For it after you're gone, the continue of it all.
For life.
Yeah.
You had the ticket for life, and I was laughing at you. I came by and I was spitting on you. I was trying to tear you down.
Yeah. You was telling that's the thing. It's the encounters, man. The encounters with God and then with man. And it's like you can express it. Like they got certain people that can express it and verbalize, hey, this is this. This is what this is. And what you talking about, man? You crazy.
The whole world. The whole world, Darrell.
Yeah.
He said, take your family
Man, my
Just
God.
yours.
My God.
That means the entire world was in the position to say, look at this idiot.
Yeah.
You and your little lineage, y'all some stupid people.
My God.
The world. So we can't really be surprised when it come down to you trying to tell your business plan. You trying to tell this idea, that what we see on that screen right there, trying to tell this to however many people it's been for however many years, and ain't nobody moved. The world,
Yeah.
the world is gonna be like, dog, I don't see it. It's making me think about the business right now and be like, I might have some more years of convincing because the world don't.
But it's all right. It's like, and that's what I realized. Man, Nipsey's slogan, the marathon continues. Man, that mug ring and it ring daily because it was so profound in it. Because a marathon, it don't stop. It don't stop, and everybody winners. Where are we running? Where are we going? A lot of people now they're running a race and don't understand it. They're sprinting. They're sprinting in this race. It's short term. You're gonna burn out. You ain't gonna be able to keep going, and that's just part of it. That's when falls is stuff like that come in. But man, if I'm on this marathon and I understand that it may take this long to get there, uh, and how long it may take me to get there, you hear me, it may take them even longer. And yeah, I've come in a place, but being again, like this year, because of the level of freedom, I'm okay to the ones that's gonna have to catch up that I know that's going, and I'm becoming okay with the ones who, yeah, I ain't gonna come at all, and I'm all right with that. Y'all
And
gonna
then I'm
attempt
just playing a
to.
part. I'm just playing a part. Because like you
Yeah.
said, the marathon continues.
Mm-hmm.
That means after I'm gone,
That part.
my part has already been done.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, in a sense, going to make it. Because it
That
don't never stop.
that part.
If I'm the person to reach people that's dreaming, that means somebody coming behind me. Like I don't never make it.
That part.
I reach this new level, but I don't make it because this marathon is going to be forever going.
That
I
part.
play a important role in it, but I can't never be viewed as I made it.
That part.
Cause I don't even really know
What that
what the end
is
destination is because
yeah.
you didn't show me I'm attached to more people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I'm gonna end up seeing. I don't know what part I'm gonna end up experiencing. We referencing Noah, and it's like, man, after this, in the time of I done went through everybody thinking I'm stupid and hating me, to seeing them not make it, to seeing a new world. The new world I could only imagine. I don't know what I'm gonna end up seeing. It's all water right now. I don't know what dry land look like or gonna look like
When it does
when
drive
it
back
do
up.
dry back up. Cause
Yeah.
it's all gone.
Yeah.
I don't know what these animals gonna end up looking like.
The morphs, the mutations, the things that could happen because of this.
Once stuff start,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I don't know what the end destination is. I just know I
Man.
got a part to play. And that's why I believe we get to these places. I'm talking about me and you.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Get to these places and start realizing that I ain't supposed to see each one of these people make it that I think got it because I don't know what the end for me or none of it will look like.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to reach you, know that I made an impact, and move on.
No matter how small or significant one may
No
appear.
matter how much I think, oh, I gotta pour more into you. No, my job is done. I got more people to reach. Impact them be made. You're gonna reach the people that's necessary. It could go 5 minutes past this, and that be your purpose. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I got more dreamers out there.
Yeah.
Instead of being stuck on you because you got it.
Man.
Because we're going to always be challenged. Just like, I still got to move.
Yeah.
I still got to move.
Yeah. And push. And yeah, that's another thing. The more healing development goes, like that push, that consistency, like no matter how it looks, no matter what it is, like it turns into a real thriving mindset. Like, yeah, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push. Like even in my rest, it's a push. Like today was a busy day for me, and moving throughout it, yeah, at a certain time I say, hey, we're gonna make it back at this time. Before I move again, I'm gonna intentionally rest for this amount of time. And I did that. I came in, I ate, and intentionally pushed myself to rest because this was next. And I knew this was next. I had already set the time for the next. So it's like, okay, the same way as I push myself to do, I push myself not to do. And I have to be intentional about that. Because if not, somewhere in there, it's bound to happen. Like the storm's gonna come. That's just what it is. The storm's gonna come, but am I at peace in this storm? Or am I chaotic in this storm? Am I running in this storm? How does that look? Am I Jonah in this storm or am I Jesus in this storm? They both was in storms. Which one I want to be? And that's what keep me on my pivot though. Like that right there. Like when the storms come, all right, it's two things I can do. Like I had an incident this past week, and it was like my mind went there, like, and it went there, like in the place, the environment, it went there, and I was just like, I want to be Jesus in this storm. I want to be Jonah in this storm. And in that, he worked it all out before it ever crossed and tangled. Before the thought came into a reality.
The boat got to.
Because that's what was coming. It was like, man, you so the self-awareness, I was like, oh, I couldn't blame nobody. I was finna do that. Like that's what I was finna do that. And I was gonna be okay with doing that. And I was gonna justify doing that. But in reality, knowing like, man, what that's gonna do.
Yeah, I'm gonna still be in the same boat.
Man, you don't know
in the same storm.
And it made it worse.
Yeah, crying out for the same Jesus. Yeah. Because we didn't bounced away from fear.
Yeah.
And time sake wise, we got other stuff to do. It's 11:15. How do we how they say? How do we land the plane on fear? I think we kind of acknowledge what it is.
Yeah.
We kind of exposed it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call. We exposed it for somebody that might have been stuck in something, that might still be stuck in something.
Yeah.
But to be in conclusion or proactive, what's next when it comes to fear? Because I know we all still deal with it. What's our next approach to our fear? Now that we got this understanding that it ain't really nothing. What's our different response? How we gonna deal with it from now on?
How do you be proactive with it? I don't know, man. At first, it's accepting the reality that that's not reality. Once you have the acceptance, it's like I can't give a step by step of what this looks like, but we understand that it's steps for each person. Those steps gonna be look different. Uh, so for each person, they got to get to a place where it's like, okay, I want to override this. Whether if it's you can start here. Let me make a list of my fears.
That's a good one.
Once I make the list of my fears, let me write why I'm afraid. Because the reason you think that you are fearful of that ain't the reason you scared of it. And so first you got to acknowledge that and see that. And so for me, that'll be the first step, actually outlining that, writing that on paper. These are my fears. This is why I feared. And once you do that, I feel like God will come in and give you clarity of the next. Like you took the first step, the next step gonna be ordered. So he gonna give you, once you have that and you identified that, okay, this is what it looked like in this area. I need to do this for this fear. This is what it looked like in this area. I need to do for this. And that's what it was for me because again, each day something different arises. And each day I realize it's not what it is, and the response continues to become different. So in that, it's like first I have to outline it. First I have to acknowledge it. What they say, the first key to anything is acceptance. So yeah, that's a form. The acknowledgement is a form of accepting that it exists. Once I accept that it exists, then I can understand the why, the how, the who's this attached to this fear, these different things, and then from there I can navigate. But I need to outline first to even know what I'm navigating.
Got it. All right, cool. So that's what we're gonna do for them. Write down. We're gonna give it to y'all, and we're gonna be receiving it for ourselves the same way. Write down what your fears are. What I'm gonna add to that is, after you done wrote them down, then write down the truth in the situation. So ain't nothing wrong with me acknowledging, okay, I'm scared that I'm gonna lose my house if I don't have this money by XYZ date. Then you write down, okay, based on my research, I ain't gonna lose my house until 60 days when I thought it was 30 days. So we'll state the fear, and then we're gonna write down the truth of it next to that fear. So we can negate it and say, all right, cool, I actually don't have no reason to be scared, and I've been playing tricks on myself. Somebody's been messing with my mind. Something lied to me, and I don't have to move in the lie no more. Because if I just acknowledge it and I don't put the truth down,
Amen.
the fear can grow on that paper. It can be like, man, this is really real. Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
So if we don't put the truth by it, then we're gonna miss the mark. So we write down fears, and then we're expressing the truths of those situations. I think moving forward for anybody, for ourselves, that's going to expose them next steps. Okay, cool. Well, what I'm not going to do today is I'm not going to look at this bank account 30 times. Because I know I got 60 days
Jesus.
after acknowledging this truth. Cool, I'm not doing this today. If I fall and I get weak, I got 60 days. That's my truth now. We write them down, write the truth, and then we wait for next steps. We ought to have fear in our grips at that point.
I'm close to getting there.
If we're waiting on the next steps and we're waiting for God, we're gonna have them.
Yeah. Indeed.
And now we got a process of how to deal with it moving forward to say, yeah, these fears, they get further and further away from me.
Yeah.
Because before it come to me, I'm going to start checking and be like, hey, man, you got to bring some truth with it. Before you come with a fear, you're going to have to bring some truth with it. I'm scared because of what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't even nah, that ain't the case. I ain't scared.
Yeah.
I ain't scared. And we could leave it with that.
And once I want to add this. Once you have that and you have the truth to it, find somebody to go through that with, because they might can show you something that you can't see in it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, accountability partner, somebody who willing to receive it and give it accordingly for that is. So that ain't just no anybody. And that's it.
That's it. In a nutshell, fear is dealt with. This is another thing we're gonna do. I want to do. Just we ain't get started with not just yet. Not just yet. We gotta put the blood on it. Yeah, we ain't get started with it, but because it just organically happened, because it just flowed. That means he wanted to deal with somebody's fear, whether that's us or somebody else. So we're gonna pray with them.
Yeah, let's do that
Before we let them go. Lord, we thank you for the experience. We thank you for your presence. We thank you for your direction. We thank you for the opportunity to do whatever it is that you're doing. We sitting there being obedient after many directions, many invitations to do what we're doing tonight. But we know that you're doing something more than what we had planned. So we thank you for the opportunity. And we speak to the topic of fear. We address the fear that may be in anybody that might be watching and that might hear this, whoever it might reach, that whatever it is you're standing in fear of, it's not real. And we want to bring truth and bring exposure to the lies that have been hidden behind whatever they've been hidden behind for so long. Lord, you've given us direction on how to approach it. You've given direction on how we can respond to it. And you've given us direction on what your role is after we've done those things. So we thank you for that. Yes. We thank you that you're here with us. We thank you for your presence. We thank you for your Holy Spirit. And we thank you that it's already done. We thank you that the happening is happening.
Thank you, Jesus.
In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Now we done. Get it how you live. Holla, y'all.